Welcome to another edition of BA TV, and a very exciting one at that, as on October the 9th we were alerted to the fact that the President of Bowls Australia, Joe Aarons, had been elected to the presidency of World Bowls. It is a major coup for the sport in this country, and we caught up with Joe shortly after the announcement. Joe, elected as the World Bowls President, it must be an enormous honour for you.
Yes, it is, Andrew. It came as a bit of a shock, but it was a culmination of 3 weeks of lobbying and talking to people overseas and sleepless nights, trying to arrange phone calls to those countries that are in different time zones to us, but it paid off in the end.
How important is it for the sport of lawn bowls in this country to have representation on the World Bowls Board?
We've always felt it's very, very important because, of course, we're the top bowling nation in the world, and we had no representation at all since we had Betty Collins there. So it became very, very important for us to be part of World Bowls and determine the future of bowls around the world.
And in terms of the other representations on the board, New Zealand, South Africa and England are your counterparts on the board, so a lot of strength in terms of where the strength of lawn bowls lies in across the world.
Yes, look, I know the three regional directors, John Carter, who was the chairman of Bowls New Zealand, known John for a few years now and worked with him. John Bell, of course, they're all Johns. John Bell, and everybody knows John Bell. He doesn't need any introduction to anybody from England. And of course the incumbent, the president of World Bowls, John McArdle, out of South Africa. Yeah. We
know that there are some great things happening in the sport of bowls here in Australia and around the world, but what are some of the challenges that you're going to confront in your term as the president?
Where do you start? How long's the piece of string, Andrew? We've got to go back to the basics, as we did some years ago here in Australia, and started again with the basics. And just like bowling, you've got to start with the basics. So we at World Bowls now we'll have to do that. Go back to the start and just pick the game up, shake it, and start to promote it throughout the world and have it recognised as one of the leading sports as it is here in Australia and many other countries.
From a World Bowls perspective, there's a lot of exciting times here in Australia towards the end of this year, and then obviously into the Commonwealth Games in 2018. Firstly, the World Championships in Adelaide in November, a great event for that city, but for Australia, the sport of bowls here in Australia.
Yeah, World Championships are always great, and to have it in Adelaide, and the two clubs in Adelaide, is something of a coup for us, and we'll be hosting many countries from around the world. I think some 20 odd, 30 countries from around the world. Looking forward to it. It's a great event, and of course it is the Olympics of lawn bowls.
And as I said, we're heading to the Commonwealth Games in 2018, another significant event. Only a handful of years since we had it here at Darebin in 2006, but another great event on the world stage for this sport.
Yeah, I was part of the Commonwealth Games here at Darebin. A little bit different Darebin to what it is now, I can tell you. Yeah, 2018 on the Gold Coast is another achievement for us, and if we can't develop the sport between now and then, of course we've got 2014 in Glasgow, and if we can't develop the sport around the world by 2018, I haven't done my job, neither have my board members.
As we send you on your way to the World Bowls Board, just take a moment to reflect on some of your achievements as President here at Bowls Australia.
It's been a great journey. It was a journey that I never expected to take. I suppose getting the Constitution through when I first came onto the board, or first came in as President, that was an achievement for me, because it had been around for a couple of years and it just wasn't going anywhere. And of course by doing that we've developed the areas of the sport that we couldn't develop before, governance and areas like that. The high performance program, I'm very proud of that. To have Steve there as our national coach and his group, and create that pathway that we now have with the NTCs, the NTC coaches, is just a great coup for Australia. It's where we should be, and I'm hoping that by the time we get through the Worlds and we get all those gold medals and we get to the medal hunt at the 2014 Glasgow, that we would have justified our decision to change and review the whole of the high performance program in Australia. I suppose going on from there, there's the CDO program, which is great, absolutely. But I think the biggest one is the relationship that we have with our states and territories. It's a great relationship now, and it's just getting better. And I'm very proud of our board and the boards before this one that we've been able to create that relationship and develop it from there. It's very good.
Joe, we wish you all the very best as you take up your post as the President of World Bowls towards the end of 2012. Good luck.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for the chance to be interviewed as President of Bowls Australia and the President-elect of World Bowls. Thanks, Andrew.